Well, welcome to a new unit in math class. Today we are starting to learn about equations. So today I'm going to introduce you to just the equation parts and like terms. That's what we're going to learn about in order to be able to solve linear equations. I already said all this, so let's introduce you to an equation. An equation is different than other math, we call them expressions, because it has an equal sign in it. Simple enough, right? If you see an equal sign, that means it's an equation. If you don't see an equal sign, we call that an expression, okay? All right, so let me introduce you to different parts. First of all, you saw the equal sign now. The whole thing is called the equation. In the equation, we have in this case, three terms. They're separated by operators. They're separated by equal signs. Anyway, you'll see this is one term. Even though it's got two parts, this is one term. Okay, this is another term. And notice the box isn't just around the one. Part of this term is that it is a minus one or a negative one. Okay, on its own, it's considered a negative one, even though we're subtracting it. Okay, it's the same thing. It's the same idea. So start getting used to that idea. All right, and on the right, we have the 5. Now, the negative 1 and the 5 are called constants because they're constant. They don't change. There's nothing that changes about them unless we do something to them, like an operation. The 3 here is also a constant because it's a 3. 3 is a 3. It's a 3, right? But it is multiplying the y, all right? And I'll talk about the y in a second here. But the 3 is a constant, but it's also because of its position here as a number in front of our variable, all right, it's called a coefficient. It's a coefficient of x, meaning it's also a factor. It's multiplying this is a coefficient of y. Ha! That thing was wrong and I missed it. This is coefficient of y, not x. Silly. Okay, I missed that when I was putting the slide together. This is a coefficient of y, all right, and it's a factor because factors mean we multiply two things. So y is considered a variable because we don't know what it's worth. That's why we have to use letters. I know, I hate it. No, I don't mind it. You probably hate letters in equations, but we have to do it. We just have to because we don't know what they're worth. So we call them letters. We call the letters variables. And in this case, this variable is also a factor because it's multiplying times 3. So I think I pretty much covered everything. The operator right here, in this case, is a minus, okay? Same thing as the sign of 1, okay? The sign and the operator are the same thing. It's the negative sign. All right, let's see what you can remember. Number 1, name me a variable in this equation. Number 2, name me a constant in this equation. Number 3, how many terms are in this equation? Number 4, now you name me a coefficient in this equation. All right, one more part. Name me an operation in this equation. What's going on in that equation? It's a busy equation. All right, now that we've talked about the different parts of equations, let's talk about what we call like terms. They are terms that are the same kind. In other words, they have the same variable, if there is a variable, and it's raised to the same power. So let me show you here. We've got 3 terms here, 3a, 12a, and 54a. Notice they're mixed within this, and this is called an expression because I don't have an equal sign, right? So we got where's the 3a at? Oh, it's not even here. I got to check these things better. All right, so we got a 5a, and we have a 10a. Those are the same type as these. Oh, I see. I forgot about that. Okay, these are the same kind. All right, all the blue ones. So listing them here and listing them down here with addition, okay, is our operation on all this stuff, all right, showing you the differences. We can have them all mixed in. Notice the X terms, all right, we got them marked out in red, okay, these are all the same kind of terms as these down here. Then we have these purple ones here, xy squared, xy squared. These are all the same kind of term, but notice I really don't have any in this thing down here. Down here, this is a different color purple, by the way. It's more of a blue than that is. All right, AB, AB, AB. These are the same kind of terms. Notice these terms right here are not the same kind. They are not like terms with these here. They both have x's in them. But in the factors, all right, this also has a y squared. So the factor 3, the factor x, and y. Now, the coefficients, meaning that number out front, can be different. Okay, the coefficient doesn't matter when it comes to like terms. All right, we can combine them too. That's really going to get cool. All right, before we get too much further, I want you to go and watch this little video for fun. All right, I hope you learned a little bit in there. Now we're going to learn how to combine like terms. So what I want to do here is I'm going to underline terms that are the same kind. So let's start with the first term here. I've got an x term. Doesn't matter that it's a -4 in front of it. I'm just looking for other things that have just the x. So I'm going to underline it. Okay, there's that one. And let's go through and look for others. Notice I put the underline under the minus sign in front of the 4. It matters, okay? All right, so let's look at this one. It has an x. So negative 10x is also a term that is the same as this one. Let's take a look at this one. We have plus 8x y squared. Ooh, the factor having the y squared makes it not the same kind of term. So we're not going to underline that one yet. Or we're not going to identify that one and match it up with anybody yet. Let's see if this one goes. X squared. All right. Because this is x squared, that makes it not a like term to this one. So I'm not going to match that one up. All right. This one, plus 11. No, it has no x. It's not a like term. So I'm not going to match it up with that one. Plus 6x. Notice I have just an x and it's the same power. So plus 6x also gets matchy-matchy. Negative or minus 5xy. Ooh, I have an xy over here. Oh, can I match them? Actually no. Because the y here does not have, well, that's not a 0, okay? It does not have a, I'm trying to find my eraser here. I was circling to show you. All right, there we go. Does not have the squared term. Okay, so no, those don't match each other. And let's see, x squared. Do I have any others that say x squared in them? No. Well, let's take a look here. Okay, I've eliminated any matches for that one. I've eliminated any matches for that one. But now I have a plus 11. Do I have another constant or another just number? I sure do. I have the 8 over here. So let me get my pen back. Oh, it did. It switched right back. Wasn't that cool? All right, let me circle. Oh, no, it didn't. This thing is not sure what it wants to do. There we go. I'm going to circle this. All right, now this is a plus 11, and this is a minus 8. Sometimes when we're getting started, it's nice to like rewrite these things. So I'm going to rewrite it to put all of the like terms right next to each other. So let me bring over the 6x. And I'm even going to bring the 11 and the negative 8, okay? Plus 11 minus 8, all right? Notice that these are the same type of term. These are the same type of term. I'm going to combine them. All right, now my plus 8xy squared and my minus 2x squared, oh, they don't have partners. They're going to be in the final answer, in the final expression. So 8x, whoops, x y squared minus 2x squared. That is an x. All right there. Okay, so let's combine these. I'm going to do these first because they look easy. 11 minus 8. Oh, easy. 3, right? Yeah. All right, now I've got negative 4x minus 10x plus 6x. So let's see. We got negative 4 minus 10. Same sign, add them together, keep the sign. So negative 4 minus 10 plus 6, and my final answer will have an x in it. All right, so negative 4 minus 10 is negative 14, add a 6 plus 6. That's like taking 14 minus 6, and we're going to keep the negative sign. So 14 minus 6 is 8. And I'm keeping the minus sign because the bigger number has the minus sign. So there it is. This is our simplified, even though it doesn't look very simple, does it? Okay? That is our simplified expression. Let me do another one for you. Okay, again, we're going to identify the things that are the same type of terms, combining these like terms. So first of all, I've got a 4, which is a constant, and it's a positive 4. There's nothing in front of it, so it's positive. And we have the 8. All right, those two are the same kind of term. Let's look. Do we have anything else that matches that? Everything else has a variable. All right, they don't have a match, so we're going to combine those. Then, and they're next to each other, so I made it easy. Now we've also got, let's see, we've got x squared here. Well, we have x squared here. Can I combine them? No, I can't, because over here we got this y. That makes it non-combinable. They're not the same kind of term. If there's another variable multiplying, you can't do it. They have to be exactly. In the variables, it has to be exactly the same. Notice I have plus 3x squared, and I have plus 5x squared. So I'm going to put them right here together. 3x squared plus 5x squared. All right, I'm going to underline them so you can see that those two can go together. All right, they go together there. So I'm going to combine those two. Now, my 9x squared y, and I have a minus 8y left. That's it. They don't go together. So they're going to get copied down below. Okay, they're just going to stay with us. And minus 8y. There we go. So let's combine our 4 and our 8. They're both positive, so 4 plus 8 is 12. Now, on this one, we have a plus 3x squared plus 5x squared. It stays x squared, okay? And we just add the 3 and the 5, which is 8. So we end up with 12 plus 8x squared plus 9x squared y minus 8y. I know it doesn't look very simple, but that's as simple as it can get. All right, take your time. What can we combine here? All right, take your time again, and I want you to simplify this on your paper and then pick your answer. Okay, number 8. Simplify this one. Take your time. All right, last question. You can do this, guys. Well, that's it. Solving linear equations the easy way. Well, to get started, all right, we learned about equation parts, and we learned about like terms. Next, we're going to learn a balancing act. Woohoo, fun stuff. You should see me do this. This is going to be great.